praise to Allah. I feel like the Michael Jackson pyro accident wasn't no accident. I feel like that situation was on purpose. I feel like, this is just my opinion, I feel like it was done on purpose to try to hurt Michael physically and psychologically, but it didn't work because his career still ended up being 10 times, 20 times greater than it was before the accident. But the thing about Michael Jackson is there's just so much that went into his career behind the scenes that we really don't know about. And Michael had a lot of influence and a lot of power, and a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are threatened by that. And I'm just thinking about how Pepsi is a huge company, and I just think that with the pyro situation, I'm just thinking, how could that really possibly happen to somebody like Michael Jackson, when I'm sure before he even arrived, I'm I'm just thinking that, wouldn't you guys rehearse that whole pyro thing before he even arrives to make sure that it was totally safe for him? Like, you would think, okay, I got this idea for a Pepsi commercial. I want to have the pyro going off as Michael is coming down the stairs. Okay, before we even have Michael in the building, we need to test this pyro thing out to see if it's safe to shoot it in this direction, or is it safe enough to shoot with Michael coming down the stairs, or should we have Michael come from a different direction if we're going to shoot this pyro? Now that's just how I'm thinking. But for some strange reason, they're making it seem like they took every precaution necessary, and the pyro situation was a total accident. Like, they're trying to make it seem like it was just a total accident and that it wasn't really preventable. But me just looking at it and just thinking about it, I feel like that was preventable. Like, I feel like there was no reason why Michael should have went through that. If people really did their job and took the right precautions to make sure that that wasn't even possible, I feel like that wouldn't even have happened. But that's just my opinion, because you got to think, with the influence and power that Michael Jackson had, not only was he able to influence fans, but he was also able to influence other artists. So if you got somebody like Michael who's able to influence other artists, he can, have them not signing certain deals because he's showing them the way. So, in a lot of record labels, that's not really in their best interest for you to be helping artists get good record deals, especially at that time of music. So I felt like there was a lot of reasons why they would want to harm Michael or try to take him out of the way. And then I feel like after that Pepsi situation, they seen that it did not work. It didn't hurt his career or hurt him at all, really. So I feel like that's when all the allegations came, and all this stuff in the media negative about him came to try to, like I said, hurt him physically or psychologically. So that's why I'm looking at all this negative stuff about Michael Jackson as total BS, because I feel like they had every reason to try to take him out or destroy him or attempt to, because of, like I said, all the influence and power that he had and all the great things he did for music. And yeah, I just feel like there's a lot that goes into him that we really don't know about. I feel like he's one of those artists that there's a lot of mystery behind his death, and a lot of mystery about his life while he was alive, and like what he was really going through, what he was facing behind closed doors, as far as, people coming after him for whatever reasons. You know, it's crazy though, man. I'm just thinking about that pyro accident though. How they always try to just say, "Oh, it was a total accident." And nobody really takes a deep dive into it and really question, well, how did Michael even get into that situation in the first place? And to me, there should have been no reason to even allow that situation to happen. So, y'all let me know in the comments though. Am I just doing too much deep thinking, or could I be on to something? Hope y'all stay blessed.